Alright, so this particular Gary oak is not very big. It's more the access. We have to lay out a bunch of mats. We got a long haul all the way out. Probably take us longer to set all the mats up and get everything set up, and then dismantle everything and get everything taken out than it will to actually take this tree down. Yeah, we're just gonna climb up there, probably rig out each little branch, bring it down, we'll haul those out, and then we got the ditch witch with the grapple attachment, and we're gonna use that to haul the wood up out to our grapple, and that'll be about it.
Work is the mats, man.
Peter would have had this on the ground and been like later before we even set the mats up. So this right here is the APTA air powered tree access. It's pretty cool. You can pump it up all the way to 200 psi, which will get it almost 200 feet up in the canopy, or you can put it at pretty much any psi. 40 is about 40 feet, 80 is about 80 feet. Got my muzzle loader right here. Just takes a simple bike pump. Hook it up. Peter would probably be killing me right now because he's like, why don't you just spike it? But I'm old. I like to make my life easier. I've isolated a nice high crotch. Now I'm gonna take the throw line off my throw ball and hook it to my rope here. Somewhere buried in this bag I have my twin line friction saver, which is gonna allow me to install my DRT rope. So everybody does it a little different. I just like to put clove hitch down at the bottom. Have a little bit of an access line so if the clove hitch at the top gets too tight. I put a couple half hitches in, and then at the end of the rope I put another clove hitch. Now I just got to get my throw line. I pull my rope. I have a friction device. You can actually climb with two climbers on it. It's really cool. It's called the twin line friction saver from ART. What's cool about this one is the friction saver actually never goes through the crotch. Only the rope does. So I'm gonna tie a knot, put it over this little baller type thing right here, and then I'm gonna put my moving rope system through this pulley, which is super efficient, super easy to climb on. And then from the ground I'm just going to pull it all the way up, and then I'll have my rope installed all ready, and then this line will remain, and it acts like as a access line. You could also climb on it with two people, which makes this thing real cool. That's why it's like $550. That gear stipend from Seattle Tree Care really helps out though. Stuff like this. Probably never would have bought it had I not had that. So right now what I'm doing is I'm tying an overhand knot. And I leave a little loop on it. And I create basically a girth hitch. slide this right through like that. That just wraps around that little baller type thing. And that's what's cool. So this actually sits underneath the crotch. So the friction saver, a big problem with friction savers is when you retrieve them, you have like a pulley, you got something going through, some kind of ring or something going through it. But this one, only the rope ever goes through the crotch. And then when you go to retrieve it, you're just pulling the rope through the crotch. So if it's a really tight crotch, rope's always going to come out. And what's real cool about this one, like I said, now I can attach my moving rope system. Got my little zigzag here. And this is how you retrieve it. This is the little trapeze. You just tie it to the end that you be pulling through. Then this little ball will come through and catch it and pull it out. Right now I'm just gonna have Mia assist me. She's just gonna hold that collapsed and just let the rope feed through. Let's walk over here real quick. Got branches in the way. There we go. From the ground, install my rope. There we go. Twin line friction saver. For my gear, got my Protos, Bronco Orange. Sorry, Hawks. Got my little Senna on there for a communication device. Tree Motion Pro. Too bad I didn't set up my new one. Just got the limited edition one. I'd say the only downside to this one is it's kind of heavy. I used to climb on the Sequoia from Petzl. That one's a lot lighter, but this one has a little more padding. It's a little more customizable. I was on vacation, got a little fat. Haven't worked it off yet. Got my Notch Gecko aluminums. A couple years ago I had all my gear stolen. This is the one thing they didn't steal.
Too heavy.
They were sitting right there, right next to everything else. And they just kissing too big of a rush.
What are those run?
These are like $5.50. Everything in the tree world is expensive. Or just the regular world these days.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the Westco boots. Westco, only way to go. 17 years, only boot I've ever climbed on. Only boot I ever will climb on. They're the best. On my nice 201 fresh chain. I use the zigzag. It's the mechanical pressic. Can't forget, always gotta take a handsaw up. This is the Silky Sugoi. Got a little bit more aggressive teeth. I use this one for removals. I like the Zubat for trimming. Get your Camelback. My dog got my mouthpiece though. Chewed it up nice and good. Headache. Alright, rope's ready. Try and let it run a little. You guys catch?
Yeah.
Alright, so here on this Gary Oak, we have some turkey tail that is formed on a previously old cut. This was a critical area of the tree, right where all the weight from the top would be holding it. Good time to remove it while it's still live enough that I can climb safely and do it. It become dangerous, I would say, because it's only just going to keep rotting out and getting more and more dangerous, killing the tree, and eventually would just become very dangerous for us to climb it at any point. It's very hard to get any big equipment back here. Crane is really out of the question or anything like that, so good time to remove it. Stay safe. Lunchtime to me. Here we go, Gary Oak all cut down. You can see right here, here's some of that rotten stuff. This is like up in the middle of the tree. Got the little turkey tails. So it was definitely a good time to cut this thing down. It was just gonna keep decaying and getting more dangerous to climb. Now we just gotta haul it out with our ditch witch over there, do a little stump grinding, and we can go home.